This is Tom Grassi, and this is 30 and 30, and you're watching Illogical Canadian.
Another week of NFL football has come and gone. Damn. And this week felt more chaotic, just not in the ways that you think. Bonjour mes amis, je suis Canadien et logique, and welcome back to another week in review. Week 2 has passed us by, and in all honesty, everything's going to fucking hell in a handbasket. Well, with everybody in their right mother getting injured left, right, and fucking center, it's enough to fucking fill a Pro Bowl roster. We'll put it at that. But without any further ado, let's get into all 16 games of week number 2. Well, to say this game was an injury bowl is an understatement. Like, multiple guys from both sides got hurt. Jaden Daniels, questionable for week 3 with a knee injury. Austin Eckler, your season's done to a quad injury. To an Achilles injury, I'm sorry. Deatrick Wise, your season's over from a quad injury. Jaden Reed, your shoulder's fucked for the next few weeks. It's just everybody in their right mother was getting hurt in this game. And because of it, the product kind of suffered. Well, for Washington, yeah. For those Commanders, Jaden Daniels went 24 for 42, 200 yards, and 2 touchdown passes, with Jacory Krosky-Merritt, the biggest meme player in the NFL today. That is now the Commanders' running back 1, carrying it 4 times for 17 yards. Yeah, that running production for Washington wasn't really that good this game. And Zach Ertz caught it 6 times for 64 yards and a touchdown. For the Packers, Jordan Love went 19 for 31 with 292 yards, damn son, and 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs ran the ball 23 times for 84 yards and a touchdown. And Tucker Kraft caught it 6 times for 124 yards for a touchdown hauling. As the Packers take yet another Super Bowl looking team, and they completely annihilate them at home. 27-18 is your final from Lambeau. And everyone is just worried about Jaden Daniels. Please, God help his soul. It's bad when, despite a quarterback that's trying his best, I will give him credit. He is trying his best, and he still can't get anyone open because of how shitty his O-line is. That's pretty fucking bad. Tennessee needed to improve on O-line in the offseason, and it doesn't feel like they did. In fact, I just feel like they went backwards. And then some. Whereas the Rams just absolutely fucking smoked them. Like, there were injury concerns with Stafford at the beginning of the year. And now all of a sudden it just seems like they're legitimate playoff contenders. Speaking of those Rams, let's look at them. Stafford going 23 for 33. 298 yards. 2 touchdowns. A pick. And big slapping all of the goddamn doubters about his ability to play this season. Kyren Williams ran 17 times for 66 yards on the ground, whereas in the air, Davante Adams caught the ball 6 times for 106 yards and a touchdown. For those Titans, the Titties, Cam Ward went 19 for 33, 175 yards, and a touchdown of his own. Tony Pollard carried the ball 20 times for 92 yards, and Ridley only caught the ball 3 times for a total of 57 yards, as the Titans once again fall because of their lack of an O-line and their lack of a defense. 33-19 is your final. Rams are now 2-0, and Matt Stafford is telling all the doubters to shut the fuck up. We welcome you to this edition of The Bengals Are Fucked. On today's edition, which is the same for every edition, Joe Burrow gets hurt, and comes Jake Browning to save the day. Only this time is the Bengals receivers actually benefit off this. But even then, no, Just the fucking fact that Burrow again is hurt. Especially when they fucking need him to be healthy. This is not good for Cincinnati. And I'm talking at fucking all. This is just piss poor. And it's really bad for the Bengals, who had to fight the Jaguars. Apparently, the Jaguars are fucking doing something. And by that, I mean throwing the ball right at Brian Thomas' helmet. Good job. Speaking of those Jags, T. Law went 24 for 42, 271 yards, with 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. Travis Etienne carried it 14 times for 71 yards, and Parker Washington caught it 5 times for 71 yards. For those Bungles, the combined efforts of Burrow and Browning went 28 for 45, threw a combined 317 yards with 3 touchdowns and 3 picks, the latter coming all from Browning. Chase Brown carried it 16 times for 47 yards, and Jamar Chase, have yourself a day. 14 receptions, 165 yards, and a touchdown. You are my personal pick for AFC MVP this week, and are on the thumbnail. If you guys couldn't tell, that's how I do the thumbnails. But regardless, Bengals win 31-27, but the depression is still very evident. Cleveland, did you even fucking try? Like, seriously, did you even try to do anything worth a fucking note? Let me stop you because I already know the answer. No, you fucking didn't. In fact, you did so fucking piss poor that they didn't even have to run Derrick Henry most of the game. Their air attack was killing you on their own. Fucking Christ, Browns, you are such a disappointment. Speaking of those Browns, the combined effort of Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, I know he got his first taste of NFL football, went 28 for 48, threw for 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Quayshawn Judkins carried it 10 times for 61 yards, and Jerry Jeudy caught it 4 times for 51 yards. For the Ravens, Lamar Jackson went 19 for 29, 225 yards in the air, and 4 touchdown passes. Jesus fucking Christ. Derrick Henry carried it 11 times for 24 yards, and Zay Flowers caught it 7 times for 75 yards. Ravens absolutely pimp smack the Cleveland Browns. 41-17 is your final. The Browns are still irrelevant, and the Ravens didn't choke this game because how would you even choke against the Browns? Yeah, remember how the Jets were supposed to be rebounding? Yeah, you guys remember that, right? Yeah. Return of the butt fumble. Fucking Christ. Doesn't help that Justin Fields got hurt and is concussed. This is what I'm talking about when I was saying that this was a fucking injury carousel in the league this week. Because everybody was getting hurt, including Fields. Fucking God, can we stop with the injuries? For fuck's sake. Boy. But there's really no other way to describe this game other than just being belt to ass. For the Bills, the combined effort of Josh Allen and Mr. Mitchell Kissintitties went 15 for 27 and threw 180 yards. James Cook, very damn well cooked. 21 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Goddamn. And Josh Palmer caught the ball twice for 47 yards. Meanwhile, for those butt fumbles, the combined efforts of Fields and Tyrod Taylor, who is still playing football in the year of our Lord 2025, went 10 for 22, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Fields carried it 5 times for 49 yards, and Garrett Wilson caught it 4 times for 50 yards, as the Bills put belt to ass on the Jets 30-10, and then will proceed to basically fucking cause bloodshed in Hard Rock on Thursday night. God help them all. Well, this was an interesting game for me to watch as a Pats fan. Like, what in the hell? Like, leads are going back and forth. Patriots blew the lead at one point. Then the Dolphins had the lead, then the Pats had a lead, then the Dolphins got a lead on a fucking punt return TD, and the Patriots got the lead back on a fucking kick return TD, and the Patriots didn't look back. I know, it's weird. The Patriots actually won a game in Miami. Really fucking strange. For those Pats, Drake May went 19 for 23, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, with Ramondre Stevenson carrying it 11 times for 54 yards, as well as catching it 5 times for an additional 88 yards. Maybe they're starting to try to transition him to a receiver role. That's a possibility. For the Dolphins, Tua turned the ball over, went 26 for 32, 315 yards, goddamn, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Devon Achane carried it 11 times for 30 yards, and Tyreek Hill caught it 6 times for 109 yards. Patriots somehow win in Miami, 33-27, and Miami is going to fucking die on Thursday night. Why? Because they got Buffalo. Yep, they are fucking dead. I need a second, okay? I think I need a second because I need to process this. You let Mac Jones win a football game. Mac Jones, the guy that wasn't good in New England or Jacksonville, is now the backup in San Francisco, and you let him win a game. Not only did you let him win a game, you let him throw 3 touchdown passes and got nearly 300 passing yards. Saints, what the fuck? Speaking of Jones, he went 26 for 39, 275 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Fucking Saints are bums. Christian McCaffrey carried it 13 times for 55 yards, and Jawan Jennings caught it 5 times for 89 yards and threw a touchdown. Meanwhile, for those Saints, those lowly Saints, Spencer Rattler went 25 for 34 with 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara carried it 21 times for 99 yards, and Chris Olave caught it 6 times for 54 yards. In what was a closer game than expected, the Niners beat the Saints 26-21, and how the fuck do you let Mac Jones win a fucking game in 2025? An unexpected classic. Well, from these two teams, the way they performed week 1, you was not expecting this. At all. Hell, I wasn't expecting it. The fact that we had our first overtime game, and it was against 2 teams, one of them's memed on for obvious reasons, and the other one is just a gigantic fucking derp. I don't get it. Why is it the seemingly out of nowhere matchups become the best ones that basically shine across the league? God only knows, bro. Those Giants, by the way, did pretty well. Russell Wilson went 30 for 41, 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Yeah, I think you're my NFC MVP of the week just based on that. Damn, son. Damn. Cam Scatterbo carried it 11 times for 45 yards in his first NFL touchdown. And Malik Neighbors caught it 9 times for 167 yards and 2 touchdown receptions. Have yourself a day. For Dak Prescott, he went 38 for 52, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Williams carried it 18 times for 97 yards and a touchdown. And CD's Nuts Lamb caught it 9 times for 112 yards. As Dallas puts the heart in the dagger, 40-37 in overtime, because Brandon Aubrey is fucking automatic. Belt to dick. The Bears got hit right in the dick. Like, it wasn't even funny. Ben Johnson came back to Detroit, and his reward for coming back is a firm, good old ass whipping. Just not him doing it, though. Him receiving the ass whipping. Chicago is fucking terrible. And I mean fucking terrible. The combined effort of Caleb Williams and Tyson Bread Agent went 21 for 33, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. DeAndre Swift carried it 12 times for 63 yards and a touchdown. And Rome Odunze catching it 7 times for 128 yards for 2 touchdowns. Pretty good. For those Lions, Jared Goff went 23 for 28, 334 yards, 5 touchdown passes. Goddamn. Jahmyr Gibbs carried it 12 times for 94 yards and a touchdown. And Among Us St. Brown caught it 9 times for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns on his own. Detroit beats the ever-loving fuck out of Chicago 52-21. Nobody feels bad. The Bears are just, say it with me, the Bears. Most expensive mistake. Like, the Steelers have the most expensive defense in the league. And they are a mistake. Like, come on. Your defense is primarily TJ Watt. But not even TJ Watt can play all defensive positions at the same time. He can't play line. He can't play linebacker, defensive tackle, safety, corner. He can't be every single fucking position at once. You guys gotta have something, right? Oh, no, you don't? Alright, well, fuck you then. Seahawks basically stormed all over your asses. Sam Darnold went 22 for 33, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Kenneth Walker carried it 13 times for 105 yards and a touchdown, whereas JSN caught it 8 times for 103 yards. For those Steelers, the combined efforts of Aaron Rodgers, who's old as fuck, and Mason Rudolph, who's not old as fuck, went 20 for 35, 215 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Jaren Warren carried it 14 times for 48 yards and added on to his day with 4 receptions for 86 yards. The Seahawks whipped the Steelers 31-17. There is nothing that anyone can say about the Steelers that hasn't been said. Just go buy some merch on Tim Miller like Tree did. That's all I can tell Steelers fans to do. Imagine losing a game on a fucking leverage penalty. Now, personally, that could never be me. Okay? Personally, that could never be me. Denver, what the fuck was that? Like, let's be genuinely honest with ourselves. What the fuck was that? You guys had a great game. Let's not deny the Broncos anything. But what the fuck was that? You fucking got caught leveraging, and it screwed you. Fucking Broncos. Bo Nix went 22 for 30, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. J.K. Dobbins carried it 14 times for 76 yards and a touchdown run. Whereas Troy Franklin decided to show up today. 8 receptions, 89 yards, and a touchdown of his own. For those Colts, Daniel fucking Jones had another fucking big day. 23 for 34, 316 yards, and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor carried it 25 times for 165 yards. And Tyler Warren, the rookie out of Penn State, catching it 4 times for 79 yards. As the leveraging penalty will aid Indianapolis to a win. 29-28. The ride never ends, Denver. The ride never ends. Okay, an actual close matchup between two teams that are trying to take the next step to being playoff contenders. On one hand, you got Arizona, who did not have a proper run game today. I mean, to be fair, neither team did. But at least Murray did well. On the other hand, though, Bryce fucking Young, 35 for 55, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. This might have been his best game yet, despite the loss. This very well might have been his best game. Chuba Hubbard carried it 10 times for 38 yards, whereas Ted McMillan caught it 6 times for 100 yards in his return to the state of Arizona. For those Cardinals, Kyler Murray went 17 for 25, 220 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. James Conner only ran it 11 times for 34 yards, and Trey McBride caught it 6 times for 78 yards, en route to a 27-22 victory over the Carolina Panthers. The Cardinals are 2-0, and I don't know how anyone should feel about that. The rematch. Week 2. Eagles and Chiefs. Too bad the Chiefs kind of fucking suck right now. Because it seems like no one is really fucking doing anything worth a damn. Worthy's hurt. Rashee Rice is still handling that suspension for being a fucking moron on a highway. And other than them, they really don't have a lot of depth. It's starting to become a point where they're becoming easily predictable. And for the Chiefs, that's not exactly a good thing. For the Eagles, though, they took full advantage. With Jalen Hurts going 15 for 22, only 101 yards, sure, but you got to take advantage somehow, and your defense took plenty of it. Saquon Barkley carried it 22 times for 88 yards and a touchdown, whereas Devontae Smith hauled it in 4 times for 54 yards. For those Chiefs, Kermit the Frog, hold on. Kermit the Frog went 16 for 29, 187 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And this dumb motherfucker also ran 7 times for 66 yards. And then Travis Kelce was thinking about Taylor Swift with 4 catches and 61 yards. But the Eagles still win. Closer than the Super Bowl, but it's still a win. 20-17. The Chiefs are 0-2. Rip bozos. Well, so much for this game being entertaining. Like, come on, what the fuck was that? This game sucked. Like, at one point, I think for like 3 quarters straight, field goal. Everybody gets a fucking field goal. There was only, 1 or 2 touchdowns this entire game, both of them with the Falcons. Might have been 1, actually. But still, it was fucking field goal mania in this bitch. And no wonder why WWE won't come here for WrestleMania. Like, fucking God, man. Can we stop with the field goals? You are on primetime football, and you are supposed to be playing your heart out. Instead, what the fuck do they manage? Penix throwing for 135 yards on 13 completions. Robinson carrying it 143 yards through 22 carries. Okay, I'll give him props to that because that is pretty damn good. It's Bijan Robinson. Or what? Drake London catching it 49 times for 3 yards. 49 yards of 3 attempts. What? Where was the offense on Atlanta? Other than Bijan? Where? You know, and Vikings don't fucking dare intrude, but you guys are not out of the woods either. Really? 158 yards with 2 interceptions on 11 completed passes? Only 30 yards through 9 carries with Jordan Mason. Granted, Aaron Jones is injured, and he will be out for the next few weeks. He's on IR. And Jefferson was probably the only bright spot. 81 yards for 3 receptions. 22-6. We are here talking 22-6 over a mid-ass game. Get the fuck out of my sight. I'm going to say something, and this may disregard Browns fans, Bears fans, Jets fans, among other teams that exist in the league that are poverty. The Houston Texans, after how that fucking game ended, are the most pathetic franchise I think I have ever seen. Despite improvements in some areas, clock management was just not their fucking skill set. Clearly, Tampa Bay walked right over you. Scoreboard may be close, but that don't mean shit. Like, Baker Mayfield had 215 yards, 2 passing touchdowns on 25 completions. Irving decided to run 17 times for 71 yards. Honestly, the game-winning touchdown was by Rashad White, but still. Mike Evans only bringing in for 56 yards on 5 receptions. That's something, but Houston, you gotta be learning to stop that shit. What is your counter? CJ Stroud getting 207 yards and a touchdown on 13 completions. Okay, that's not bad. He got all but 8 yards on Mayfield. Okay. Nick Chubb only running 43 yards on 12 attempts with a touchdown. Okay. Nico Collins deciding to have the catch of the fucking year on the first drive of the game. Okay. With 52 yards and 3 receptions total. Houston fucking blew it. 20-19 on the first Monday Night Football game. We'll get to the other one right now. Why the fuck, okay, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me on this, why the fuck are we having Monday night games start at 10 o'clock? Why? That is the stupidest bullshit I think I have ever seen. Doubleheader Monday night games are bad enough, but at least when those games start, it's 7 and 8, not 7 and 10. Fuck right off with that. No one wants that. For the Chargers, they played well. 19 for 27, 242 yards and 2 touchdowns for Justin Herbert, who also ran 31 for 31 yards on 9 carries, and found Quentin Johnson 3 times for 71 yards at a touchdown, with that touchdown reception being a 60-yarder. 60. 6-0. Damn. He's got a future. For the Raiders, Geno Smith did awful. 24 for 43, 180 yards, 3 picks, tying his own worst game in terms of most interceptions at 3. Ashton Genty only went 43 yards for 11 carries, and Jacoby Myers caught it 6 times for 68 yards as the Raiders proceeded to get their dicks chopped off 20-9. I still do not understand the Las Vegas Raiders and their fucking logic. I really don't. And also fuck the NFL for 10 o'clock games. And with that, this is where I end the week in review. I apologize for the video coming out a little late. I had sickness on Wednesday, so I needed to get better, and I am now. So it's out now. Be happy about that. And we still got the Thursday Night Football stream tonight, so tune in for that to watch the actual fucking blood murder of one team by another. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, comment down below any suggestions you guys may have, and subscribe and join the Illogical Nation. Until next time, je suis Canadien et logique. Bonne nuit et au revoir. Take care.